and at least 50% of the constituencies, you must get 25%. So that is what the Constitution says. So go and beg for votes or ask for votes in the normal way. Don't make the country intimidated or scared of you, or somehow believe that because you can silence everybody, you can silence Tony Gashoka. That's not possible.
Kenya has changed.
It's not going to happen, Jeff.
Kenya has changed.
He knows me and I know him, and I ain't keeping quiet. They can call me a gun for hire, they can call me loose, they can say whatever, but they can't fight with my ideas. Because you cannot fight a fight. Even the mightiest army cannot defeat an idea whose time has come.
And your time,
that this is the time. They're going to see young politicians. They call the Wamalwa my creation. He's the minister of justice. Do I appoint the minister for justice?
You should be happy they're giving you credit.
No, I mean, do I appoint? Do I sign with him? He consigned it himself. I mean, he has to consent to all cabinet appointments. So I must be very proud if he thinks my creation is material for the cabinet, and in fact, the implementation of the constitution, and in fact, in charge of the elections. It is that ministry that will manage elections.
Correct.
So the prime minister must think more than he says. If you ask me, I think so.
Tony, goodness.
It doesn't stop there.
Let's look at scenarios, Tony, real quick scenarios. If Raila doesn't take Mudavadi as his running mate, who would he take?
I don't think he ever wanted to take Mudavadi. He never wanted to take Mudavadi. Jeff, this country has got east and west of the country. You cannot be able to have a president and a running mate from one side of the country, or you balkanize the country into one region. So it has always been clear to the Prime Minister that he could never have had Mudavadi. I would not be surprised if he helped to instigate this fight with Mudavadi by passing rumors like you are not my vice president or anything. It is possible, and as you said, he's shrewd. So I wouldn't put anything past him. But one thing I do know is at the end of this, he will have to choose somebody out of that region in order to be seen to be national. So all this is a camouflage.
It'll be for naught.
It is, because neither can Uhuru do so. Uhuru cannot appoint Kalonzo Musyoka to be his running mate. It's not possible. They come from one side of Kenya. They will have to look at west of Kenya in order for him, for example, to appoint a running mate. So the politics of Kenya, in order, first of all, to get the counties you need to win, in order to be able to bring the nation together, any politician who has done their arithmetic correctly will have to understand that you have to have a nation called Kenya, not part of a nation. Right. And therefore, I don't think that Musalia Mudavadi or Raila Odinga's fight should be over-exaggerated. I think it is good for the newspapers. I think it has excited a number of people simply because the ODM, nobody takes on Raila Odinga. I mean, how? Mudavadi, he doesn't have the bravery. My God, Mudavadi is brave and all this. And it's nice, you know. So it's a nice soap opera. I mean, I sometimes enjoy a movie. I mean, the other day I was watching The American President. Yeah. I mean, so fine, that's it. But it doesn't come to the crux of the election. Right. The crux of this election shall be who will be with Raila and who will be against him.
What if Raila,
yes,
in a scenario that's not inconceivable,
yes,
takes Uhuru as his running mate?
Are you dreaming or are you awake? Somebody who says that he wants to hang you in the Hague?
But you know,
no, don't you people think Uhuru is human?
But there's no such thing as political enemies, Tony.
I'm not talking about that. That's personal. Jeff, I want to hang you. I don't want you to have a trial. I think you're guilty of mass murder. Anyone who knows Uhuru can't hurt a fly. How can he be guilty of mass murder? And you say, go and hang him. And then he comes and becomes your vice president. I mean, I think you're taking too much coffee. G7 is at war with Raila Odinga.
That's the bottom line.
And he knows it. And that's why ODM is falling apart. They know the numbers.
Yeah. Yes. Like you said, Titanic.
It's going to be at battle royale. The Titanic cannot sink, he thinks. It did sink.
Yeah. Yes. 100 years ago.
100 years ago.
Tony, you're full of fire, man.
Absolutely.
Keep coming, brother.
We'll keep talking.
Going. We'll keep talking.
Yeah, and keep watching my predictions.
Absolutely.
Last time you ignored Wamalwa. He's now minister. I've told you the Titanic is sinking. Yeah. Don't ignore it.
Tony Gashoka has called it. Whoa! Write this down. He says, it's sinking like the Titanic. Oh, my God. If you're right about that, you're coming back to the bench. Tony, wrapping up a week of rebels with or without a cause. And he's broken it down without fear or favor, calling it like he sees it. In a word, Tony says he's fearless, fears nobody. And that's what we like on this very smoking hot bench. What a guest, what a show, what a week it's been, folks. You simply cannot make this stuff up. and you simply cannot find guests like Tony Gashoka anywhere else but right here on The Bench, on the award-winning station, K24, where we are, yes indeed, even in times of the sinking Titanic, we're still all Kenyan.
All the time.
Capital Talk is filmed at Fairmont, the Norfolk.